So we all have behaviors we'd like to change about ourselves, right? And we often want to help others change their behavior too, whether it's our kids, partners, or colleagues. I'd like to talk about some new research that reveals something really important about what actually helps people change their behavior. Before I dive into that, let's focus on a strategy many of us use a lot. Say you're trying to stop snacking. What do you tell yourself? Most people's inner voice goes, "Be careful, you'll gain weight." If it were your kid, you might warn them that smoking is dangerous. We tend to scare ourselves and others into changing behavior, right? We believe that threats and warnings will make people act. But here's the thing. Research shows that warnings have limited impact on behavior. For instance, those scary images on cigarette packets don't stop smokers. In fact, one study found that after seeing those images, quitting smoking became less of a priority. Why are we resistant to warnings? When animals feel scared, they might freeze or flee, right? Humans do the same. We shut down and try to eliminate those negative feelings. We might even rationalize, saying things like, "My grandpa lived till 90, so I've got good genes." This process can make us feel more resilient. Warnings sometimes backfire or make us bury our heads, just like when people avoid checking their stock market accounts when it's down. We tend to avoid bad information if we can. In my research, we found that people tend to accept positive information more than negative. In an experiment, when given optimistic views about future negative events, people tended to adopt those rosier perspectives. And this wasn't just with college students, it held true across different ages. But here's what's fascinating. It's not just about age. Everyone tends to prefer positive information about themselves. Instead of challenging this positive self-image, we might find better success by working with it. Let me give you an example. Hand washing. In a hospital, they installed electronic boards showing staff how well they were doing with hand hygiene. Just by seeing their progress, compliance rose to 90%. Why did this work? It tapped into 3 key principles: social incentives, immediate rewards, and progress monitoring. Social incentives involve knowing what others are doing. For instance, the British government increased tax compliance by highlighting that most people pay their taxes on time. Immediate rewards matter too. When people are rewarded now for good behavior, like quitting smoking, it becomes associated with a reward, making it a habit. Lastly, progress monitoring is crucial. Showing progress, like the hospital's electronic boards, focuses attention on improving behavior. It's about highlighting progress, not just declines. So, instead of using fear or warnings, these positive strategies tap into our human tendencies to seek progress. They might be more effective in changing behavior, motivating change through the thrill of gain rather than the fear of loss. So, these positive strategies, focusing on gains rather than losses, can be more effective in motivating behavioral change. They align with our natural inclination to seek progress and immediate rewards. Let me illustrate with a personal example. Recently, I found a bill on my fridge aiming to make me more efficient with electricity. It showed my energy use compared to my neighbors, highlighting when I was doing better, even if just slightly. This immediately made me want to improve further, aiming for that green bar of efficiency. It gave me a sense of control, showing my progress throughout the year. It didn't focus on scaring me about wasting energy, but encouraged me with positive feedback. What I'm not suggesting is that we don't communicate risks or challenges. What I'm proposing is that these positive strategies, leveraging social incentives, immediate rewards, and progress monitoring, might be more effective in inspiring change compared to just warnings or threats. In summary, fear tends to induce inaction, while the promise of a gain inspires action. To motivate behavioral changes in ourselves and others, perhaps we should consider these positive approaches. They harness our natural desire for progress, making the journey toward change more encouraging and rewarding. Thank you.